supported me. It really means a lot to me.
Alright.
Ano, grabe, your achievement, parang who can equal that? Diba? It's hard to, be at par with you. If I am a sport, enthusiast, or yes. Anyway, you are also a summa cum laude. How did you, do that? How did you do that? I mean, how did you balance your studies and your sports achievements?
It was really hard because
What was your course in Ateneo?
management engineering.
Sorry.
Management engineering.
Alright.
Yeah,
Siguro ito.
Okay na yan, namin. Para marinig lang kasi. Sorry.
yeah, so when I was in Ateneo, I usually have my competitions on Saturday or Sunday. So I would leave the country after my class on Friday. Tapos, nilipad na ako usually kasi the competitions are in Europe. So, 12 hours. And then I arrive like Friday night or Saturday morning. And usually the competition is Sunday. Tapos, right after the competition, I have to leave. Yeah, so I can be on time to attend my monthly class.
Your class, exactly.
Because in Ateneo, they're very strict with the attendance. So, hindi ka pwede maging absent. You can only be absent 3 times
In the whole
every year.
sem.
Yeah, the whole sem, or else tanggal ka na sa course mo. So, it was very hard at that time.
Yeah, so how did you balance it?
So, usually when I'm in the flight, I advance for the whole week na.
And
And
how did you become summa cum laude? Not in Ateneo.
yeah, I was
It's
super
Pennsylvania.
allowed at the
Sorry,
University
sorry.
of Pennsylvania. And
So your master's.
no, I graduated from two universities, undergraduate degree.
Okay, what did you take up in University of Pennsylvania?
Communications and leadership. And in Ateneo, management and engineering. Management engineering.
Alright. Thank you. Good luck. Good luck.
And you, Ben?
How did you get into fencing? I started when I was 12, and before I was a figure skater, but the ice skating rink in Megamall closed. Kaya napilitan ako mag-switch ng ibang sports kasi sobrang layo yung ice skating rink sa Mall of Asia. So I tried so many different sports like taekwondo, swimming, like everything, all the sports. But I didn't really like any of it except fencing. Like fencing, I really love fencing because it was really fun and it really taught me how to be like. It was a mixture of both having a graceful woman and the strength of a man. So that's what I really loved about fencing.
And you have a strong academic background, you're also very active in your extracurricular activities there. Can you describe what was your environment like growing up? Was there pressure or was it self-imposed? How did you develop it to all these things?
I think it wasn't really pressure, but my parents encouraged me to have one musical instrument when I was young and one sport to focus on and to excel in academics. So growing up, I tried to make them proud and do my best in all these aspects of my life.
And that's not, we know that there was that challenge that led you to switching nationality. What was in your mind during that time? How did you overcome that challenge?
The decision to change country wasn't really my choice since I was removed from the national team without any notice, and it was very painful on my part. But yeah, just because the Olympics was just around the corner, I had no choice but to move. And I tried to ask for reinstatement so many times from the national team, but the federation didn't want to reinstate me, so it was a very hard decision.
Sorry. Did they take it personally against you?
I'm not sure on why they also removed me, but I just move forward, and because an athlete doesn't get younger, we also get older, and I don't want to wait. I can't wait 5 more years, and there's so much sacrifice, not just my time, but also yun nga, like my parents support me also, so I'm also wasting their time and resources. So I think 2024, I knew I was ready for the Paris Olympics, so I wanted to go ahead.
Yeah. Who asked this question? Veronica.
Hi. So how are you preparing for the how are you preparing for the Paris Olympics? It's just around the corner practically. And number two is how do you feel about representing Ivory Coast? Considering that you're Filipina and you're so unlike regular Ivory Coast
Ivorian. Well, I'm preparing for the Olympics. I'm staying in Germany to train there until the Paris Olympics. And at that time, I'm also joining the African Championship on June 6th in Morocco. And my coach also planned some training camps in Poland and in Hungary. And on July 14th, we fly to Paris because we were invited by the Japanese and the French national team to train with them. And yeah, as for your second question, well, when I went to Ivory Coast, I think it reminded me a lot of Filipinos because they were also very welcoming. And when I arrived at the airport, like lahat ng teammates ko na nag-wait sa labas ng airport, tapos may flowers pa sila for me, and they were just super sweet. And yeah, they reminded me of my teammates also in the national team in the Philippines because I'm very close to them as well. So it wasn't really a hard adjustment in terms of like personality. Yeah.
psychological preparation for that?
Well, I also have
Are you dividing your Filipino representing Ivory Coast official? Is there sort of a conflict between you doing that?
For me, there's not much conflict because, in me, there's always gonna be the Filipino inside of me. Like before, nag-represent pa ako ng Philippines. Sa mga competitions ko, minsan walang Philippine flag or minsan they raise the Philippine flag wrong. So, I would always fight the organizer and say, bakit walang Philippine flag? And eventually, when I win, that's when they put the Philippine flag, and I become so happy. And so those simple things, you can't remove that from me. I will always be Filipino in my heart. And so yeah, going to the Olympics, I think I play a special role because I get so much support from both the Philippines and the Ivory Coast, and yeah, it really means a lot to me.
Would you be fighting any Filipino
I think there's a really slight chance that me and my teammate will fence against each other because our tableau is not gonna. I don't think it will reach each other, but in that slightest chance, I think she's a very worthy fencer to fence against because she's a very talented fencer as well. So I'm looking forward to it.
What about Jan?
Hi. Hi, Lacey. I'm pretty well versed with your background and also the fencing part for most. I'm from UP, so I know Katatan, your coaches. Do you happen to have who's coaching you right now, by the way?
My coach now is Andrea Magro. He was the coach of the Italian national team and he produced 16 Olympic medals already in his career. So with him by my side, I'm more confident in my games.
Who was coaching you when you were in the national team?
I was coached by Coach Ahmad, but I moved a long time ago, 5 years ago, because I wanted to open my mind and get training from Andrea Magro.
But the points that you earned, that's like an individual, right? So even if you switch countries, those points will still be attributed to you. That's a great thing. By the way, right now, since you're representing Cote d'Ivoire, will the training be in part in Ivory Coast? What's happening there as far as your training goes?
So now, 2 fencers qualified from Ivory Coast. So we plan to train like in Poland or in Hungary because Poland also qualified for the Olympic Games. So they will be holding like camps. And like 2 weeks before the Olympic Games, we're going to Paris to train with the Japanese and the French national team.
But since you're in like a higher rank as an athlete, won't that be like showing what you can do already? Would that be not beneficial for you to show what you can do rather than just showing it on the Olympics itself?
I'm joining all the World Cups and Grand Prix. All the FIE competitions I join, and so
And that's okay for you, na parang kumbaga, you're not keeping your cards to yourself. Parang okay lang sa'yo na makipag-compete sa kanila.
because it's important to join all these competitions. Because before the Olympic season, it's important to qualify in the Olympics for the direct qualification. And after the Olympic qualification naman, it's important to join for the ranking of the Olympics. Because they check the world ranking for the Olympics.
And you will earn a lot of points from those competitions.
Yeah.
Ah.
I mean, if you do well. But if you don't do well, then you don't get any points.
Okay. On a lighter note naman, you look gorgeous naman. Let's just say that out loud. But are you planning to like go maybe into like the showbiz industry later on and do your thing with acting as well?
Maybe not showbiz because I'm very shy. I'm really bad at acting. So what you see is what you get. I can't hide my emotions. So maybe like endorsement deals, but not showbiz.
Hosting? Could that be like something you're...
Like for example now I'm doing a brand ambassador for Anta and Ribisco. So something like that.
So pati mga sports brands, that would be great for you. Alright, wish you all the best. And like, can I ask you also, where do you feel bad the most? Is it with the organization, the Philippine organization, or the team, or the individual fencers, like your team?
Definitely not the team and not the individual fencers because everyone in the team are my really close friends and I grew up with them since I was 12. So I've known them all my life. But yeah, like I was more disappointed and heartbroken with how they removed me in the national team because I wrote them an excuse letter to excuse me for 6 months after my surgery. But
Yes, of course.
within 4 months, they removed me from the national team without any notice. So it was very hard for me, a hard decision. And I asked to be reinstated several times to no avail. So yeah.
Alright.
Because sayang
Yeah.
Sam is a very talented fencer and there are so many talented fencers in the Philippines. We could have qualified, we could have tried to qualify as a team. Like, we could have gone to Paris as 3 fencers, but when they removed me, I wasn't fighting to be sent in the Olympic qualifier naman, the last competition. I was fighting to be reinstated in the team because I never got out of top 4 in all my life.
Yes,
And
of
in the
course.
national team, there are 4 slots, so I really didn't understand why they removed me from the team.
Alright. Well, I wish you the best, and I hope you get to also introduce to us what Ivory Coast is, since you're already representing them in the Olympics. So, yun na. Congratulations again.
Who replaced you in the... Sorry. Who replaced you in the national team?
Some other fencers who...
Some other.
Yeah. I mean...
Clarify ko lang, when you said that you were still on surgery, in the process of healing, is that the time when you were removed?
Yeah, I wrote to them to excuse me for 6 months until December because I had my surgery in August and they removed me in the middle of November. Yeah.
So can we say that that was the reason why you were removed?
Yeah, I was removed without any notice. I just found out from the national team coach that my name wasn't in the roster anymore.
Okay, thank you.
Did you contest?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wrote to them like twice or thrice for reinstatement. The first time, it took them like 1 to 2 months to respond to me, and then the second time, they didn't respond to me at all until today.
Then you just let it go.
Yeah, because I mean, I didn't have any choice. Like the Olympics was already around the corner, and I wanted to, of course, qualify. But yeah, I had no choice but to keep.
At least you have a healthy attitude about it. I mean, if it's something you can't do anything about, then move on, move forward.
Yeah, I mean, I really, of course, if I had the choice, I would have represented the Philippines, but they left me with no choice, and it was really sad. It was really a difficult decision for me.
But here we are now. Diba? What also?
Veronica don't find out.
This has happened before with other athletes, PJ Viena and some other athletes. So, why do you think is this so? Why, how does this happen here all the time?
I'm not sure either, but I just pray that the federations can prioritize their athletes. And I hope that this won't happen in the future anymore because sayang, like there's so many talents in the Philippines. Like even the Olympic gold medalist, the last Olympics, is half Filipino. So it just proves na there's just so much talent in the Filipino and sayang yung talent.
Yeah.
Outside fencing, what else do you do?
Outside.
Yes.
Outside fencing, I love
Your
playing,
normal self.
I love playing Dota.
Ah.
Yeah, with my dad. He taught me how to play Dota. And during the pandemic, we played every single night. So
Ah.
yeah, so
Expert ka na.
when I am free from fencing, I play Dota with my dad and yeah, or shopping.
Favorite character?
Wind Ranger or
Ah.
Ogre Magic.
Oh.
Is there an activity not related to fencing but helps you become a good fencer? Or in this sport?
Maybe shopping. Yeah, no, that's my stress relief. Like, but window shopping.
It's fashion.
Yeah.
So you
Or maybe gaming. Like it improves my mood. I think. Or maybe excuse ko lang yun.
Are you a family child?
No, I have 2 younger sisters.
All girls. So you're the eldest.
Yeah.
Are they also into sports?
My second sister was part of the Ateneo varsity team.
Mm.
And
For fencing?
no, for volleyball. And my youngest sister, she's in UP studying accountancy. So she's the smart one of the family. I'm loving her.
Gerardo, may question ka? Okay.
Sorry.
Hi.
Hi.
So, how are you feeling now? You're going to the Olympics.
I feel very honored and very overwhelmed. And like the support I'm getting from Ivory Coast and the Philippines, it's very overwhelming, and I'm very thankful for that. And it's also very exciting because it's been my dream since I was 8 years old to go to the Olympics. So now that I'm here, I'm very happy and grateful for everybody who supported me, my parents, Anta, Risco, my sponsors, and all the Filipino fans who are supporting me.
Yes. Good luck. And what were your sacrifices while doing fencing, practicing and everything? Did you sacrifice your personal life
when I was in college, like
Yeah.
yung mga blockmates ko lumalabas,
Ah.
and I'm always not available because during weekends like I almost always have competition. So I think growing up, that was one of the biggest challenges, like the social life, and also sobrang hirap i-balance yung studies and fencing, like to excel in academics and also to be a world-class fencer. So yeah, I think that was the biggest hurdle that I faced when I was in college. But now that I graduated, I decided to move to Germany, and it's been 3 years since I moved. And I think the biggest hardship that I faced was growing and being away from my family, because I'm very close to my family, and it was really hard. Like, I was super lonely to be, alone in a foreign country, not to be with anyone that I'm really close to. So
Yun. And love life was not a priority during those time.
my boyfriend is also a fencer.
Okay. Clear,
No, but he represents Indonesia, so
Okay.
he's not with me either. But he understands that I have my priorities.
At least you're inspired. So, bigla akong
He's Filipino-Chinese, but he represents Indonesia. He grew up in Indonesia.
Where did you meet him?
you're interested. Diba? Ikaw talaga love life. Good luck.
Where and when did you meet?
I met him in one of the competitions, like 2015 pa. But we became together like a few years after.
Competitions here or
In Indonesia.
Okay, Maxine, mga marites lang sila. Okay, may have a question from Dominic Almilor. Dom? Okay na ba? Oh, what about you? Okay na rin. O, sino pang gusto magtanong? Teka lang. Yeah, si Jojo ulit.
How do you psych yourself up thinking about something as big as the Olympics? Kasi pwede mo make it an inspiration, pero it can also mess you in the head na, oh my God, this has got to be one of the biggest things I'll ever do in my life.
Well, going to the Olympics, I just want to enjoy the moment, because this is my first Olympics, and I just want to make my parents proud and everyone who believes in me proud. So going to the Olympics, there's not much pressure in me, and I think that's a good thing for me.
Kalma lang. We've got this.
What is the most important thing that you're bringing to Paris?
My parents.
For the shopping.
It's not for the shopping.
Seriously?
Yeah, because they've been my biggest supporters ever since, even before I started fencing. Like in every other sport that I tried to do, they would always encourage me, and they would never really put pressure on me. Just do my best, and that's already enough for me. And my dad has a video in ABS-CBN dati, when I lost a match in the Asian Games, he was like, don't worry about the match, I'll always love you, and I'm always proud of you. So,
Good luck.
I'm very proud of you.
Maybe a reaction from the parents, please.
Yes.
Yeah, so hinga ng reaction ng parents. How to raise Maxine. An Olympian. Ma'am Cara.
Hi. I want to thank everyone for coming today and for this parang chikahan lang with Maxine. Well, we're lucky that we have 3 girls, and all of them have been achievers since they were young. Like she said, we encourage them to excel academically, and we also encourage them to choose a musical instrument and a sport. And we told them at a very young age na if you choose something, always do your best in whatever endeavor that you choose. So I think that is what I always tell other parents. You encourage your children and tell them that it's okay to fail, and that you support them all the way. Because I think for very young children, the most important thing is they feel that their parents are behind them and are proud of them no matter what the results are. So we have always been behind her, despite all the challenges. Sinabi nga niya, diba, she underwent 3 major surgeries during her career as a fencer. And then, even during the time when she was in college, and management engineering was a very difficult subject. And everyone is saying na suicide nga daw yun na she took up FE because it's really hard to get in, and it's even harder to graduate with that degree because piling-pili talaga yung nag-graduate ng FE. And she was able to graduate with a regular batch despite her very, very difficult schedule. Yun lang naman. We just support her in all her needs, and we just tell her that we're very proud of her, whatever the results are. So yeah, we're proud of her.
Daddy, actually, would you like to add something?
Since ikaw yung kadota niya.
Doon ito nga sabihin ko is makakapal.
Mahihain.
So, si Alvin may gusto sabihin.
Hi, good afternoon. I'm the uncle to my wife, Maxi. Before I already went si Ambet, siguro mga 25 years ago. Dati inaaway kami na sa basketball, so pero naging good friends kami. So the reason I became involved si Maxi is because before wala silang voice sa sports, no? Hindi sila heard. Pero the reason I volunteered si Maxi because around 2005, when my son had his first birthday party, there was a game, Bring Me game. Si Maxine was, I think, around 4 or 5 years old. During that Bring Me segment na game, ang sabi ng host, bring me your dad. Si Malvin noon wasn't there. So she had to improvise. So doon pa lang at her young age, nakikita mo na siya ng go-getter. So that inspired me.
Who was the dad?
To help the family. Kasi nakita ko ng go-getter siya at that age. Tapos, marami siyang pinagdaanan na yung injuries niya, hardship in school, saka problems sa fencing niya. So, I really volunteered. Nothing in return, just pure love for the sport, pure love for the family, pure love for her.
Thank you, Uncle.
Ay, ako yung makakalating question kasi aside from your family, mga support na ganyan, asa ka pa humuhugot ng lakas to go with your dream o fulfill mo yan? Are you a religious person or what?
Like, lahat ng nangyayari sa akin, if I win or if I lose, my parents will feel double of it. So, I just do everything for them. And yeah, like what they said, they really love me and I really love them as well. So everything that I do is really for them. I want to make them proud and I want to make the Philippines proud as well.
May pahabol si John.
Of course, there have been several articles written about you online. And as far as what I've seen, napaka-positive din ng feedback regarding the news that was published about it. What would you say to the people na parang, you know, they're ordinary people, but they sternly support you? As regular Filipinos, they still support you. What would you say to them?
I'm very thankful to everyone who supported me. Like, super thank you talaga because, you know, it's already hard that you were removed from the national team. And I think it'll be harder if the people don't see the truth as well. But I really appreciate it that people still support me even if I had to change nationality. And I'm really grateful. And I hope that you can continue supporting me, not just me, but also all the Filipino athletes who are going to the Olympics.
Alright, thank you so much.
Some more, okay?
Well, I really love fencing. Like, when the time I started, I liked it because it taught me how to have the grace of a woman and the strength of a man. And I started fencing because I saw it in a movie called Parent Trap. And I find it like super cool. Like, yeah, it was really cool and the outfit was so nice. But like in the process of it, I really love fencing because in fencing you have to think a lot. Like, it's not just speed. Like, you have to know the distance and the time, like when to attack, when to be defensive. So that's what I like about it. Like, you have to think about every single move. Every single move has to be a calculated move, and it's like physical chess. Like, yeah, you have to think of every move.
How ready are you now for the Olympics?
Well, I'm training, still continuing training every single day. So hopefully, when it's time to compete in the Olympics, I will be 100% ready.
Thank you.
I really like Marian Rivera. And before, I used to collect lahat ng DVD ng Marimar and Jezebel and ng Darna. Like, I have all the episodes.
Have you met her?
Yeah, I met her in the premiere night of Desperadas. Yeah.
Then what did you tell her?
I said, kaya ba talaga ni Ding Dong Dantes?
So, Ding Dong,
No, I mean, they weren't together at the time yet, but I was like,
So your favorite is Maria? Among the guys, who's your favorite?
among the what?
Guys.
Oh, the guys. Maybe Daniel Padilla.
Wow. Oh, he's single now. What if he courts?
No, only the
Only the name. No plans of joining showbiz after your fencing career?
No, because I'm really bad at acting.
Good at fencing. Thank you and good luck.
Thank you. I really want to thank everyone for coming here today, for taking the time to meet me and talk to me about my journey.
At makamaritas kami sa'yo. You know what maritas is? Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm really thankful for everyone, and I hope that you can still continue supporting me.
Yeah.